let's look for the good. In this little pre-holiday mini episode, I want to go through a little exercise where you do a look back on your year and you look for the good. You probably can look back and look at all of the hard through the year. I know I sure can. It'd be so easy to go all the things that didn't go the way you wanted, all the things that didn't go the way you planned, all of the hard moments. But you know what? Instead, what if we look back and we do a look back on look for the good and you see all of the amazingness that happened through your year. So listen up to this little mini episode where I share with you some ideas on how you can do this look for the good. And I also share some amazing things that happened in my year to inspire you on how you can think about your year and reflect. Can't wait to dive in. Look for the good. On this little mini pre-holiday episode, I want to do a look back on my year and encourage you to do a look back on your year through the lens of look for the good. This is going to be a little mini episode. We're right before the holidays. I sure hope you're taking time off to enjoy some quiet time with friends, with family, some time to just reset from the year and to get ready for the new year. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you here in this little mini episode, I could look back on this year and I could reflect on all of the hard. I've shared it on some of the episodes. If you follow me on social, I'm pretty transparent and authentic. And the only way for me to show up authentic with all of the things is to let you in on what was going on, because I have the podcast, I'm on social media, I speak, all of those things. To me, they only felt authentic to share what was going on. And that is actually only even a snippet of what was really going on. And you could probably say the same. So many people I talk to have had amazing years and also hard years. So I could look back on this year and I could reflect on all the hard. I could reflect on all of the unexpected, all of the unplanned, all of the moments of thinking what in the world is happening and asking why. But instead I want to do a look for the good, look back, because this year there was so much good. And my challenge for you is to take what you need. You might need to reflect right now on all of the hard of the things, all of the hard things of the year, all the things that didn't go the way that you wanted, all the things that you need to learn from still. If you haven't done that yet, maybe that's what you need, and you need to sit in that. And you don't need my permission, but here's your permission for yourself to maybe you need to sit in that and reflect on all of that. For some of you though, and this is where I'm at, is you've already done that. You've already reflected on the hard. You thought about it. You sat with it. You felt it. You've seen the lessons, and now you want to anchor into the good. All of the amazingness that happened this year. And so in this mini episode, I'm going to reflect on all of the good, but also know there was so much hard. I don't ever want that to come off of, oh, look at all these great things that happened, because there was hard. And if you haven't been listening, you go back and you check out some of those previous episodes, because oh boy, was there hard. So don't listen to this and go, wow, that must be nice for blah, blah, blah. Instead, take this as an opportunity for you to do this, to intentionally sit down and look for the good of all of the amazing that the year held for you. Because sometimes we forget all of the moments that were so good. And my challenge for you is just to go back. And for me, this is what I did. I literally went back through my calendar and I opened up my phone and I looked back month by month for the last year. And this was so fun. And let me just say, I thought I talk about gratitude and putting things into perspective. I start every single morning writing down things I'm grateful for. But looking back, I honestly completely forgot about some of these amazing things that have happened. And I literally said out loud, I was like, wow, what a year. I was looking back at my calendar. So my challenge is for you, if you can't remember all of it, because there's just so much. Open up your calendar, look back at things you have on your calendar, open up your phone and look back at pictures and look for the good. See the memories and remind yourself of what you all experienced this year. So here's a little snapshot of my look for the good of what has happened. And this is just a snapshot. There was so much more good and so much more hard and all of the beautiness and the messiness of all of it. But here's my look back for the good. So I was looking back, and in January, we did this family volunteer event, which it was my goal to do one every month, but life happened. We did this family volunteer event. And I loved to see, looking back at those pictures, so I love to see Sawyer thrive in giving back and his excitement for volunteering. That's definitely a goal and priority for going into next year. But this year, in my Look for the Good, I led with one particular organization 3 different cohorts of our Emerging Leader program, where we had about 25 people in each program for this insurance company, helping these leaders to explore leadership and help succession planning for the company. I had our signature Speak Up, Stand Out boot camp, which we have been doing for over 3 years, is our free boot camp. Stay tuned if you are someone who wants to do more speaking, particularly to grow. If you're someone who has a business, you're going to want to stay tuned because we're going to be having one going into early next year. So our Speak Up, Stand Out boot camp we led, which led into our amazing cohort of our Speaker Space Academy program. This is our signature program to help you grow your business and grow your thought leadership and grow your business using speaking. So we had that amazing cohort that ran for the first half of this year. And again, if you're someone who wants to do more speaking, particularly as a business owner, our Speaker Space Academy is gold. It is for you. We will drop a link for you to set up time to connect with me, because we are going to be launching another round of that early next year. And stay tuned for those of you who are in the corporate space. If you are a leader working in an organization and you want to be a better speaker, we've got something exciting coming for you too. So reach out to me and we can share with you. So we had our Speaker Space Academy program where we had people have amazing wins, from creating their first signature talk to charging for the first time to booking international keynotes. It was amazing. We held 8 executive forums. This is our signature free virtual event that we host for our executive leaders within organizations. And we have had where I've been teaching on topics, we've had some amazing guests from really big organizations who have come in. So we had 8 executive forums, usually around 40 people registered for each event. So that's amazing. Also, if you are an executive, we're going to drop a link in the show notes here. Register for our next executive forum that's going to be coming up in January, all about AI and how to leverage AI strategically within your organization. So amazing that we've had those executive forums. I've met so many great companies and leaders there. I got my Wiley DISC certification. So adding to our services and offerings that we have at my leadership firm. And so I was really excited to go through that pretty intense certification process. And so I am Wiley DISC certified. I also earned my PCC. If you don't know what that is, that's Professional Certified Coach through the International Coaching Federation, which is the governing body of coaching. And so it's really important for me to stand out as a executive coach, to show that I have a lot of training, a lot of coaching, thousands and thousands of hours of coaching. So that was a really big milestone that I honestly kind of forgot all of the studying and prep that I had done for that. So I earned my PCC this year. I spoke at some amazing events, and more to come next year that I'm so incredibly excited about. I spoke for Kohl's, for their women's resource group, for Advent Health. I was able to go to the amazing Waco, Texas, and speak to this women's leadership group all about executive presence. The Kohl's event, I was talking about unboxing potential. I got to stay at the beautiful Hotel 1928. I spoke for an association for financial professionals talking about potential. Also got to speak in Alaska, which I'll talk about when I get to my travel section. I worked with some amazing one-on-one clients, from small business owners to C-suite leaders to CFOs. I was able to work with a very large healthcare company, their pharmacy department, to do leadership assessments, debriefs, and help them with their growth. We released a weekly episode. It Starts With You podcast, except for August. Let me just tell you, August, I was so incredibly crazy busy doing some of our client work that we decided to we just took a little pause. But otherwise, we released a weekly episode and have had some amazing, amazing guests this year. So if you have not listened, go check those out. As a mom, I was able to attend Sawyer's field trips and classroom parties. I went to the spa multiple times this year. I think my husband and I went to celebrate our anniversary. I went with my sister-in-law and mother-in-law, some travel. We went to Omaha, Nebraska, to pick up my husband's truck for spring break. At first I was like, what? That's what we're doing for spring break. But it was such an amazingly unexpected, fun trip. We had a blast. And if you didn't know, it is one of the largest zoos. And so we had a great time. We went to the zoo. We went up north for the 4th of July. I drove to the amazing Marshall, Minnesota, which I had no idea where that was, but an amazing time getting to see some of my clients speak on stage at one of my clients' events. I went to Arizona twice. I got to go to the National Speakers Association Influence event, see amazing speakers, learn a lot. I got to go back to Arizona to attend the Powerhouse Women event, which is one of my favorite events I go to. We went to Chicago. We took my son Sawyer to Chicago to go to the Museum of Science and Industry. We went to Alaska. I was selected to speak for the Northwest Human Resource Management Association, and we decided to make a family trip out of it. This was like a dream trip for us going to Alaska. And the travel is not done. I'm actually headed to New York for a once in a lifetime, I think, trip with my mom for all things. I'm calling it like Hallmark Christmas in New York. Amazing. We have wanted to do this for years and we're just making it happen. And so by the time you listen to this episode, I will have gone to New York to experience the beauty, the amazingness of Christmas time in New York, seeing the Rockettes' 100th anniversary show, going to a Broadway show, doing Christmas markets and lights. Like, I am obsessed with the cheesy Hallmark movies, and I'm so excited to experience that. And other amazing things, like we have started some great conversations for new speaking gigs next year and partnerships with companies next year to support them in their leadership development initiatives. We've started to rebrand the company, going from Julie Menden LLC, which has just been me kind of solo with administrative support, to rebranding the company to Savvy. And stay tuned, we're working on all of the marketing and logos and all of that for that. But Savvy, Savvii, so excited to share more about that growth and why behind the name and all of that. And we've also brought on additional team members to support client delivery and services. So honestly, even just saying all that and like looking at my list, I'm like, what a year. Like, looking back at my calendar and the pictures, I literally was like, wow, we did some amazing stuff this year. And I know I didn't even capture all of it. So this was really fun. Hopefully this inspired you to go back and do a look for the good on your year. And honestly, especially if it was a hard year, especially if you're like, what a year, and you're really thinking of all the hard, go back and do a look for the good. And hopefully me doing this inspires you. And of course, if anything I shared, if you're interested in learning more about, if you're interested in getting more into speaking, to grow your business, or speaking to grow your influence within an organization, if you're looking to bring a speaker in for your events or to look at leadership development for next year, let's talk. Because let me tell you, 2026 for me, for my team, for Savvy as our firm, it's going to be an amazing year. And I know you're going to have an amazing year. So have fun with this look for the good. And I just can't wait. I can't wait for the new year.